Indeed, well, we have our maps, we certainly have the crowd, and the teams are at the ready. So one thing left to do in this glorious arena that is the Spodek. Alex and Chad, get this game underway.
Thank you, Freya. Yes, indeed, we've got the semi-final ahead of us. We have been given a period of time, a moment in time, and now it's up to Heroic and NaVi to decorate it. We've got 3 maps, maybe even 2. The desk has set the scene perfectly for us to get this one underway. A step closer to crowning Katowice's 2023 champion. NaVi starting on the attack, Heroic to receive them.
Yeah, that's a key point right there. Yesterday, NaVi picked this. Outsiders gifted them the CT side star this time.
And we're off.
Shoe on the other foot as we get underway here. Standard stuff for Heroic out the gates. 2-3 split. NaVi with a boatload of util here as they... Well, if you watch yesterday's game, I'm going to take things a little bit slower out of the gates, and Simple unleashed in Banana against Outsiders, looking to do the same here early. He's taken a lot of space, a lot of room, and has even drawn a rotation of Shush to embolden this B bomb side.
And a difference as well, they haven't gone for the armored P250. They like to throw that on Simple. They've gone for more nades. Perhaps a bit of a double pump, we shall see. Heroic don't pull the pins just yet. They're begging for it. Smoke it, please. Simple wants you to throw out your utility, and they're not biting.
Look how far forward MPL is in apartments right now. He's completely disconnected from this. So if he hears any rotation, he'll be able to relay that to Electronic. Util being lined up from Perfecto and Electronic respectively.
First, through the air, Heroic to respond. Shush does so. No gaps on this one. Heroic diligent. Oh, some confirmation through the smoke, a little bit of damage chipping away at Bit's pool of health, and look at that rotation charging now from behind.
Electronic's got the bomb.
No call, no info. Electronic scarpering into the site. They have to win the fight. It's Yabi. Draws blood. NPL back, but from Canadian cleans house. Sweeps NaVi under the rug with a swift flank. Perfection to start for the Dane.
Oh, it looked like trouble. Electronic was the last man up. Banana there with the bomb on the back. I thought he was going to get caught at the half wall, but that's even better. Cadian lights up 3. Easy as you like, nobody looking. And that's one way to kick things off here for the Danes. That mental edge, the pistol round, helped them start to bed themselves in for this matchup here. Block them in, the great rotation fast here on the flank, and yeah, just lighting them up one after the other, all headshots there. Great stuff, and well, NaVi without the plans. We know how this one goes. Not going to be Electronic just calling, yo, I'll take a Tech 9 and go kill 3 on that A side. A little bit more conservative here, just the deagle on Simple, and you understand why. You stay with him. You're trying to find yourself a bit of an opening towards this top mid, where they're currently 2 strong, Down and Cadian, both with M4s.
They have to pass this test early, right? Simple's going to keep knocking throughout this T-half. He'll come checking your mid players. Monacy obviously having a very comfortable time in their head-to-head on Inferno. Will Stown and Cadian handle business the same way? Now, those early tests, they'll be going on across the map. It seems that just a couple of shots towards mid was all he was interested in.
Yeah, they've given us a more interesting version of this milking out grenades, right? By bringing in 1 deagle on Simple, sure, there's a couple of P250s as well. If they get 1 kill, that's great. It means they can really open up the map here. They have number advantage here, definitely not the weapon or armor.
Tessus gets the info, smoke is down, and here they come. Tessus would be beheaded, and it is actually Yappy and Tess down to the P250s. That's the B defense rumbled. And now they're in trouble, especially if Simple. It's a shot like that. Okay, Heroic disintegrating in a second round. They didn't even invest. They didn't need to. Through the smoke, NaVi. Leave the B defense shattered.
Both rounds here in a row, the smoke that's been thrown out by Heroic, it felt like NaVi have wanted that response. This time they creep in, they explode through, and the fact that they pull this off, I mentioned those P250s were coming into play in a big way, as well as that deagle, removing that flank. And guess what they get to walk away with? An M4 here. That is a steal for NaVi as they draw things level 1-1. And I think the Force by Wars are going to be on early. This is a mental game for Heroic, and that's one way for things to be shattered.
Yeah, at least you've got 2 M4s left from the save. But yeah, if you're Tessus, if you're Yabi, That's not what you want on your first test of your site hold.
Especially considering how potent Yabi was throughout that group stage to get Heroic here. So I'm at the top of the stats leaderboard, an absolute monster. He's going to need to find some of that form here today if they want to topple a NaVi, who are repiecing this machine. And they will force buy in Heroic. Look at the pistol purchases of their own, but a lot more util to work with here to try and block them out.
Very popular boost as of late. Strong when utility is at a premium. There goes a boatload of NaVi battling for that top banana. All you have to do is look at the spawn, additional nades and bomb position to know that NaVi are not in any rush. How much of a clear will they go for?
That's enough right there. The pressure applied. This will hold this stack in place. They're not certain what's on the other side. They throw their own block smoke here to try and use this boost. So 20 seconds they'll be stuck in this Tower of Doom. The rotation back. They'll make A3 strong, sure.
Ooh, NaVi, yeah, they're getting away with it. You can see Heroic are a bit behind. Of the numbers, I say that as the numbers do start to move into the right position. Cadian, responsible, supported, bait, and switch, shush! Clamp shut onto NPL. NaVi have to go back to the drawing board, but where do you go?
Time's a problem right now. If they execute towards B, the rotation ahead, again of them, Cadian. He's made it back over towards the other side of the map. In spawn is Shush with the other M4. This is going to be a brawl.
Yeah, the fight's coming, so is the rotation. Smokers are out. 3 versus 5, but weapon's not ideal. Cadian might need another.
They called it off. They've called it off here. There's no time to go for this. They're just going to hold on to 2 MP9s and an AK. Heroic. Thinking on their toes, a couple of nifty boosts. And that's one way to steal it back. This is the type of Counter-Strike you want to see early between these two. Blow for blow. Rifles exchange short. And plenty of money for NaVi to get a few more purchases here with those saves. Let's see if they go for something a little bit more aggressive early. It was the default spread. They got found out. They went to take that long control and completely removed from the piece. Opening utility into play. No real pressure towards mid. No long smoke, no short side molly. Be holding on to their nades, but they will get MPO up in towards that boiler room as the standard flurry of util towards banana goes down. Neither team with too much control right now, but strong in mid is Shush on the boost. It's a second smoke for Stown here to keep the apartments locked out. Don't want to allow them to waterfall out here. Nobody over towards the pit right now.
Molotovs and flashes and still no contact. Shush on the prowl. Cavalry gallops over to long side. We reach that 60-second mark.
Lots of talking from Simple here again. Trying to rejig the troops. Electronic here. Throwing out the flash. They're going to take the fight. Tessa's ahead of this.
They've got a very potent crossfire to break aggression from Tesses. One and done.
Tesses is a B holder. They're heading back towards banana right now, trying to deal with this, hoping it's just one player. Yabi's forward. I think there's going to be a fight here, and Yabi just takes down Perfecto.
Lovely win. Lovely win. And look what it's done. NPL goes aggressive, meets Shush's M4, MP9 down, and this one, unlikely. But if anyone could, it's Bit and Simple. One in the name, that's for sure, but there's 3 left in this game. Shush spotted low, could be run down. Bit, no slouch, in 12 seconds. It feels like a lifetime as they're coming in for the clutch. Now just Simple to close. Bit has done his work. It's Simple's time. We know, Heroic, fear this man. They feel mere mortals at his hand, but not this time. Shaking it off. Straight away, closing it down, and Yabi, a little bit of a resuscitation for him. That second round probably gets under his skin. This one, a good close and a good round.
The fact that he gets the kill just so aggressive towards top banana on his own. He's not set up there, he's playing in the fade of the smoke. A necessary kill to make sure the pressure can't be applied to both bomb sites from NaVi there. So good stuff from the young gun. That one's going to feel good, but the bomb did go down. So conversations for another NaVi buy are possible here. You see the flash come forward, Simple playing anti-flash, does trade out the leader, but Bit does a great job to ward them away and allow them to get this bomb planted. So if we're looking at the economy game, at least this is something for NaVi to have a conversation about. Do we want to buy in again? Do we want to continue the forces, or do we want to take something a little bit more conservative here? But you can already see a stark contrast between today's Inferno and yesterday's. NaVi and Outsiders were more than happy to give each other the entire map control more often than not, right? It'd be lighter looking for that real estate. They'd be passive on A. They wouldn't be taking fights down mid like this as Cadian takes a shot and announces the presence of that AWP.
And is that also a product because they know Heroic would seize all of that control that was given to them?
Well, you think about this as well. You see the way that G2 took down NaVi on Inferno the other day. They play the same style, right? They're a little bit more aggressive. They're a little bit more forward. They want to make sure that you can't just get executed on with number disadvantage scenarios. That's where Inferno comes down to the gambles. If you can take away a couple of picks, soften them up, make them force out a bit more utility, the end of the round becomes infinitely harder here for NaVi, who, yeah, they do like to play it a little bit slow, but definitely not as slow as Outsiders.
Let's see what they can do with this one AK now. Simple's been tasked with it. Ideally, they'd be able to set him up, as we see here.
At least we know who the action man is this, and we've already seen a round where maybe they didn't have an AK, but they had a deagle on the big man, and they could pull it off. Let's see how much pressure they can apply here. Porch side smoke, Cadian's AWP. He can get run down here. Defensive utility used, and he's hunkering down for a fight.
Oof, good nade into MPL. Or does connect to be run down, and that's Electronic Tech9. We've seen it before, and we'll see it again. Fills the feed, keeps the round interesting. Weapons are falling into enemy hands. Bit on the AWP, shush. Needed that, gets the head of Bit. And Perfecto good for it on the P250. Oh. That's the bomb down. A crucial frag back from Tessus, and look what it's done. What are you to do now, Perfecto? He needs the bomb, but he has to brave the flames with 9 seconds. He might go down, goes wide, and 15 HP. Goes to 0. Always a threat. Couple of Tech9s, and you can see how that felt to Cadian, just getting overrun, too many bodies.
Keeping it expensive there, and now forcing a timeout out of NaVi. They're not going to have everything they need for a full buy. So a back and forth, and the trades were there, but shush, fantastic work from him to grab this one. Sure, he gets traded out from Perfecto coming out the balcony, but he's done his job there. Allows Tessus to come through. Moves Simple, who he knew was coming through that long side thanks to the earlier frag, even saves that AWP for Cadian here. So this is a great start for Heroic. And if you take a look at the stats over, well, the last 6 months, Inferno at the top level is a T-sided map. NaVi right now only 1 round early. I'm sure they would love to change that conversation here. And having a conversation is Blade. The biggest brains around the server. He's not in it, but definitely contributing here to some of the decisions.
Yeah, there's a reason a lot of CIS players still have flip side stickers.
They've kept it somewhat threatening here, NaVi. The previous, that's a good amount of casualties to take. Sure, you don't have AKs across the board, but Heroic don't have a huge amount of cash with a 4-1 lead.
Forward smoke. Maybe see a move behind that.
This is the 3/4 smoke, right? It's not half wall. It's not deep banana. It's really going to slow NaVi down here, and they shouldn't be braving it a whole lot. Perfecto does. That's a big chunk of damage to him. Down to half. Yabi aggressive again. Set up his aim alongside of Tessus. Cadian is here. They really want this banana control, and, well, they have it.
Simple talks a whole lot. I don't know if I'm only just noticing it, but it seems like these mid-rounds, he's keeping tabs on the boys.
Yesterday against Outsiders, he realized the amount of space they had. He was just running up banana single-handedly, taking so many fights. This is a bit more standard NaVi, with Perfecto taking the brunt of the damage, the brunt of the space early. We'll see if that changes throughout this match as they're ready to pop through this mid-smoke. Electronic anti-flash, MPL with him, and here they come.
Can they weather the storm on the flash? Stown and Cadian combine to repel mid. Shush as well onto Bit. That is a lockdown. A dream scenario for your CT setup. NaVi sent right back down middle. You can see Perfecto considering the potential for some space on banana.
Yeah, and Yabi will just drop that defensive smoke, right? The rotation will come back from Tessus, and right now we should be seeing NaVi save. There's no point throwing away these 2 rifles here. Lost Burner starting to build. We're going to see them with 2,900 into the next round of play. So likely some light investments behind these 2 retained AKs, but sure, I think he wants to try and remove them from play before they can find themselves into a hidey hold or 2. Now, completely removed from the play is Perfecto, but Simple, he'll be safe as well here. Up and towards the kitchen, doing a little bit of cooking. All right, and that'll be 5-1 right now for the Danes. This is a great start. In terms of having the issues with this, in terms of finding yourself...
Oh, wow. Yeah, I thought it might be. I've heard Simple's family are in the Spodek supporting him for the very first time. I think that's magical. This man's been all around the world. And now his parents get to see his team chanting, or being chanted, on the semi-final stage. Always special. Let's see if NaVi can give them something to cheer about.
Yeah, and it's still very early stages, right? NaVi, we got Outsiders being a hard team to put away. NaVi are the same, right? And that whole conversation, it's around Simple, it's around Electronic, the pedigree of these players, what they have done in Counter-Strike, what they have pulled off right in front of our very eyes. Those moments are possible. It exists right there behind Heroic as well. A man that doesn't get a lot of shine, part of the legendary NIP, 87-0. Major winner himself, brings a whole lot of experience to a relatively inexperienced Heroic roster who are building that tournament after tournament here, but we're back underway, and as expected, around these AK-47s, just a couple of pistol upgrades, a little bit of utility as well. But where are they going to find the dent? Something Heroic are great at is these proactive openings to rounds, and if you want to play ahead of the gamble, you need to be brave on the call. You need to go through a smoke, go through a molly, take a real pop, and hope that you have outmaneuvered Cadian and his boys. Yeah, and the easiest thing to do.
Inherent risk in those win conditions.
Well, look at it right now. They're gearing up for an A play, and Heroic has been able to stack 4 players here.
Oh, not going to be easy to break. Again, Heroic so good to find these destabilizing positions. We'll have to dismount silently upon the fade. Look at this crossfire. It looks impossible to get through. Let's see what NaVi can get done. 2 smokes, the flash is in. Shush. Messy spray, only the one. And Tessa's the next to take contact, and they will activate. 1 by 1, they fall. I love that approach. Not everyone swinging at once. I'll take my fight, then I'm next. We keep their going 180, 180, 180. Running out of mouse mat.
Yeah, happy to sell each other down the river there for the round, right? And that is the key to Heroic. This is a brotherhood. They have been built with an understanding that it is the way of the team to get the victories here. No one is bigger than the squad. And we've seen them grow into their own over the last couple of years. Always upgrades in Heroic. The players come in, they find themselves a nice little gem, and this is fantastic. You can see Stown just
look at this
until he's guaranteed the frags. Yabi as well, the last piece of that puzzle. And here it is again from NaVi, another buy where it's not a full buy. We haven't seen them in a round where they have AKs on everybody, let alone an AWP for Simple.
This is a bit more risky than normal from both sides. Electronic forward position, disrespecting the initial posturing. Cadian only just getting set up. Electronic's already crossed over. Perhaps he's not so wise to their tricks.
He's called Tessa's back here, rotation on its way.
Supported by Yabi as well. Tessa's with a flash in his hand. NaVi will let loose. And Cadian, oh, found by Electronic. A big scalp to take early. And wanting more, the blood lust from Electronic passing each other like ships in the night.
I don't know.
No idea. He's behind enemy lines. The flames betray. Tessa's found in the smoke and the rotate to be beheaded as well. All eyes on Electronic for that one. Again, this man with the impact frags. That's 2 of his 3, but it's a round winner.
Especially on the T side, right? And this guy was a star player for the longest time. It wasn't an in-game leader, he was a star player, and he would always be in the thick of the things with the rifle. Now he gets to call the shots on his own terms and makes the decision. No one's going to question if the in-game leader pushed through CT spawn, made his way into ruins, cut off the rotation, and secures a big round there. And that play across in towards the cubby was huge. Cadian had no idea, all it was a flash. Nothing else followed, and that space was taken. So the second round now for NaVi, but they need another one of those if they want to break the Danes here. Finances in a pretty good spot for another purchase.
I think you get what you wanted, Chad. Every member of NaVi will have all of the required equipment.
Well, let's see how that goes for them. Getting it done with less has been the key success here for NaVi in 2 rounds, and this is Tessa. Sure, it doesn't have the traces, but Bit will still find him. Yabi does grab one towards the back of the side, but traded out immediately, and Electronic with that rotation holds the line. Now this is what we want to see. Cadian's AWP out. Simple has taken his. Another 3-man B lane from Heroic here to start the round. This time, no aggression up Banana, more than happy to relinquish control, knowing Heroic will have to be strong on that side of the map here. Still with that 3/4 smoke, halfway down Banana towards the logs. Now they're coming with the second wave. They want this, and they're gonna get it. MPL and Bit weren't in positions to try and take space. They have identified now that there were 3 players towards Banana, but they weren't in Boiler, they weren't in Halls. They couldn't pressure Stown and Shush, who are in very passive positions. And look at the rotation, perfect from Heroic here. They get the space they want. They rotate their pieces across the map now to be strong on the other side of the map. And feels like they're playing slightly ahead of NaVi here, and that is a great nade.
Yeah, Profit, both Electronic and Simple now vulnerable to that 1 bullet to the head. The advantage of the AK null for them. Tessus though, what an advantage! Profits from the flash, and a second as well. 2 from the Dane on long. Simple claws it back. Not an opportunity Heroic often squander. Bit, a monster out of this position. His pre-aims, pre-fires, he knows what he's up to, and Shush has revealed mini pit presence with that flash. 20 seconds. It has to be now. Shush and Stown to stand and deliver. Down with Bit. Bomb is potentially on the side as Yabi denies, and 7 already in the bank.
He was there real quick. They had no idea he was coming at that porch side. 2 freebies right there. But you look at some of these rounds where Heroic are putting this together, you just have to look back at their group stage results. They're first in the event at trading, first at the event in utility, and flash assists, and we're seeing all of those come into play here. The chunk down of the nade, the flashes with the peaks, the trading on point in a lot of these setups. So everything working as it should for Heroic right now. And this is a fantastic first half to this point. 8 would be great, get themselves an 8-2 lead, secure the half win within the early stages of this one.
Banana setup's being tested early. A different mixture. Oh, and what just happened to Simple? His ears are ringing, his legs are shaking at 2 HP. After that barrage of utility. But wait, there's more. Electronic on the logs gets one straight to the spine, and nade to puts him at 50.
There's more of that utility damage right there. Really just being kept at bay here. When the pressure is applied, Heroic dump everything and the kitchen sink at this, and now NaVi with 2 of their heaviest hitters, 2 of their biggest impact players, the Walking Wounded. Who's going to step up here? Perfecto top of Banana. Flashed off the line and space taken again. They're out to sandbags.
And Cadian will not find that frag. Bait and switch is good for 1. Yabi traded by Electronic.
Saw the bomb there top Banana, but there's still plenty of time for NaVi to pivot back. They're applying pressure here. They've been smoked off for now. Still plenty of utility for NaVi to go for a second wave. Electronic trying to pop through. He's on low HP. He can't play these silly games right now.
You can see just the decision-making.
It's going to be a fake on B. The bomb's going back towards A, but they have to break this pit setup. Electronic, he needs to get something done here.
And that's the frag.
They know it's a fake.
They'll work it out. Shush adjusts himself in his chair. He doesn't finish the frag. NPL lives on. That's the bomb.
Time's an issue.
He has to plant. He's not across. NPL, oh, saved by the flash. Shush still gets it. And they haven't got time. Too many bodies, not enough time. Simple just looking to hold on to the AK.
Very lucky to even get away with that run right there. Simple so low. And big issues now. Heroic will secure that 8 round, but this is looking great from Heroic. Everything they're doing, right? They're just stopping NaVi in their tracks. Not able to break through anywhere. And this is where you traditionally go, hey, we need a bit of a pocket strat, a call that we know we can believe in. Well, NaVi, sure they have them, but it's very rare that you see them pull them out.
You know, and I'm not going to keep reminding the audience. I think we did enough of that in the prelude to this, in the sense that Heroic had struggled against NaVi. But the point I'm making is, Heroic, if they really want to be at the top of Counter-Strike, if they want to be considered the world's best team, The world's best team has no boogeyman.
Oh, precisely. You have to take down and you have to topple an opponent like this. It's the playoffs where they have their toughest time. I think of those 11 series, 7 of them is where they've lost to NaVi in playoffs. And we've heard big talk from Cadian before. Sure, we have to go back in that Wayback Time Machine maybe a year and a half ago, saying, yeah, we think we're one of the teams who can take down NaVi when they were the best in the world. Well, now would be a time to show it. They're still piecing themselves back together here with a new addition. Left-hand side of your screen right there, MPL, and not having a great showing so far on this T-half. A lot more pressure in this matchup. Yesterday, CIS Affair, knowing the style, said they were comfortable. Blade said their style is a counter. Well, the anti-heroic, they need to show up here.
Boosts required and demanded. Cadian to once again look for an advantage over the smoke. Quick Molotovs changed plans.
But they know now there's going to be a bit more A pressure. They know that Bit and MPL might want to try and apply a bit more of a forward stance, and look at them braving straight through the smoke. They have been able to get mid control with that Molly smoke combo alone. Very powerful. Held at bay.
Perfect timing. Truly perfect, because Tessus has confirmation now. There are bodies behind that. A lot riding on this opening. Hinges on just one wrong move. Tessus slides back into cover. As the last 2 smokes from NaVi sail through the sky. Somewhat of a signifier. There has to be a commitment or at least some control out of the back of this, but no, turn and tail with the bomb on his back as they hold, and so do Heroic. It really hinges on Stound's jump as well. He cannot afford to go down early. He needs info and he needs it safely.
He has a molly here. He should be all right.
I'll do. Oh, NPL! A big clear onto Cadian. Now the CTs are a little shaken. 20 seconds though. Let's not let the clock be NaVi's greatest enemy. Stound looking for the first, gets the bomb on the ground. Now survival integral with 15-14. It's going down. NaVi need blood. It's Perfecto to provide. Possibility to deny. Yabi defends. It's NPL again that saves them. First onto Cadian, now he gets the bomb down, or at least facilitates. Tessus and Shush. Looking in, Perfecto. Safe pair of hands. On that pool position, NPL and Perfecto. With a round that we can entirely put next to their name.
I think MPL right there, the decision making, you can see he almost committed himself to a spam battle through the smoke with the Galil. But he caught himself. He understands what level of Counter-Strike he's at. He shot a couple bullets, but my life is so much more valuable than going for this kill right here. Tucked himself in, played the number game, because if your name is still on that scoreboard at the very top, you are instrumental. If you go down, that's a 2-on-2, an opportunity for the retake. So level-headed there from the young gun. And big impact felt here. That's going to force a timeout immediately out of Heroic, and this is the shot here that opened things up. Cadian playing for info. Well, now he can't confirm the top mid's clear. Means the rotation not as freed up to head over towards this B bomb site. The flash work was great, but it's that kill right there to get that bomb down that was key. So massive stuff in a stone face, but causing questions now for Heroic. And a big part of this is because some of these rounds, they have been quite tight, right? They've been keeping them down to, 2-3 members in some of these rounds. So the Danes have to discuss the finances here. And this is an opportunity to decide, hey, are we going to buy behind this one saved AK of Shush? Or are we going to take something a little bit lighter here and guarantee a full purchase into the next? Well, where the loss bonus is at, you can see how this one's unfolding. They're going to push the chips all into the center of the table. And as they juggle these rifles around, might have enough to go around. Cadian will get the baby AWP out. The scout will be in play, but a tag. With how these guys have been trading, that might be more than enough here. Util light on, which means the banana fights, they're not going to be as potent, right? They're not going to be able to throw everything at NaVi's face, so they have to have a different configuration. I think NaVi know that.
Yeah, and Electronic will happily have a go. Look at that. A dink in the smoke. Electronic trying to get out. Hides in plain sight and will live to tell the tale, at least for now. But the dominance of Heroic does hinge on a round like this.
Because it stands right now, if you get in the opening pick, you're winning the round. 8-8 for Heroic in that department and 3 for 3 in NaVi. So this opening kill, it's going to have a big conversation as how this round unfolds.
Well, strap in, everybody. The stats don't lie. And I'm starting to feel your boy. Smoke, Tessus. needs more, needs bullets, as here comes Perfecto. NaVi committing early into the round. Beautiful move, draws away, and opens up. It's NPL. A great opening. Yabi cowering, flashed, and executed on the new box. Tessus, though, with some aggression, straight through the CT smoke. Finds two in the pool and completely throws NaVi through a loop. Cadian maybe not ready for this. Perfecto's disappeared. They know he was backside, but they can't find him. They can't find him. Oh, bit! How's that one, Tessus? How does that feel? Still needs that bomb plant. Cadian, it's not the weapon he wanted, and it's not the result either. 2 out of Perfecto as they piece this one back together again. Bit of a ballsy fake there, Perfecto, is now it's a duel.
Time's a problem.
It has to cover him, but he hasn't got the HP. They just either take the fight together or you plant, make a decision, Perfecto! Will end it on the triple. But damn, all the way down to the one-on-one.
We're getting some spicy Counter-Strike here. You're seeing the brawl. Heroic aren't going to give up site control. They want to fight to the absolute death there. And Perfecto at the back of the site. He was on an island. Bit was lurking over towards A, and he got nothing but this. Was inspired up and over against that scout. Not expected at all, and you're bang on there. This conversation right now must have been chaos. Do we plant? Do we fight? Well, the fight, that was the answer, and Stown had a real opportunity to clutch that one out.
Like, if you're Perfecto, you're running it through. He is going to push. Bit has 10 HP. It's both of us. We have to fight. Stown does go down, and NaVi are up.
And they've worn Heroic down as well here. Just the USPs, a couple of nades and a flash, and well, the stack is on the other side of the map, and this is NaVi understanding the economy well. Look at all the space, and they're just creeping in. U2 not needed. We're going to be able to take all of this map control here. If it was a gamble stack, which they are confirming, as they take space, they will just be able to pick that bomb up on the back of Perfecto and bring it on over him. Perfecto will have to take the safe route here if he needs to be careful. He has the bomb. He's on his own.
And they're screaming, bomb, bomb, doesn't matter when Perfecto handles himself alone with the bomb. 4 charging down Banana, and not a single USP can find him.
I think Exist has called for a second timeout here. Can't have the team after what was an 8-2 lead go into half 8-7 with NaVi bringing it back. And in the fashion of some of these rounds here, they've had number advantages in a few of these. And Perfecto there, yeah, sure, having a bit of a smirk about that. Could have gone very wrong. You lose the bomb, he doesn't get, as many kills, grabs one, gets traded. They pick up an AK. You know how tilt rounds go for NaVi here. But the cool head of Exist now needs to prevail. What is the change going to be? You might have to sacrifice some M4s for SMGs to get out the full util, because we've seen how important that is for fighting for this banana control. And if you give it to NaVi, if you're happy to hand it over, they will execute on towards that B bomb site with success. But 8-7 in the favor of Heroic. Feels like it could still fall that way. NaVi, they found a second wind here in this first half.
Yeah, 3 consecutive rounds from the T side of NaVi.
Still, that opening stat is in play.
You do not want to be the first to go down, and how does NPL get that one? No trade. He's too blind. Tessus as well will at least find a response, but it costs him everything.
They're going. Simple called it.
Cadian's got 10 HP. He's a dead man walking, and Simple confirms it. NaVi, full of life, charges down. Simple, he ends the round on his own. With a straight face, he takes 3 on the way in.
Yeah, you want to fight, Simple will oblige right here. Blade saying maybe they won't be scared of the name this time round, but maybe they should be. And it's MPL. I think he's had 3 opening frags here within this game that have been converted upon. That is very, very, very good stuff for this young gun. He's not meant to be an opener for the squad. And oh, shush. Will he go overlooked here? Might be the only rifle they'll carry through. Bit of a unorthodox save position here. Should be safe. Bomb halfway gone. I'm not sure if they'll continue to comb in this direction. Shush is traditionally the pit player, so they're going to go knock on the door of A and see if he's home. The lights are out for this one, so 6 now confirmed for NaVi, and you can see they're starting to feel themselves here. They are playing stage Counter-Strike right now. Some of the risks, some of the fights, the aggression that's being carried through. It's nothing like yesterday. But this was Simple's bravery up Banana. MPL, the young gun, the rookie, makes the space. Well, Simple's going to make good on that and just destroyed. He's not ready for that fight whatsoever. We've seen Electronic push through the CT smoke. We've seen Simple do it now. They're 2 of the biggest names in the server.
Yeah, that's going to be chipping away the confidence after a very strong start. Heroic Been quite the silence. 4 rounds without a voice in the conversation. Final round of their defensive half. Looking to end with a bang. Scout fired off and heard. And where is Electronics' health going? Okay. Okay, Cadian takes Simple as well. Burnt down, maybe trapped in the chicken pit. We'll investigate.
In the boiler room, thought he could get away from the flames right there. So 2 kills in the opening, and if this continues to go the way of the game, this should be Heroic's round. They've done enough with 2 openings, I'm sure, to be able to convert this one. MPL, Perfecto, and Bit left up to their own devices here, and well, Bit forward. If Yabi rotates away, it could be a freebie.
That's all it takes.
Shush in the balcony position. If he feels any pressure, Yabi might sweep across here. But it's a passive stance right now from Heroic, and they're being called into line right now. They still have the nades, they can still opt for an execute here, and logic would dictate likely a 2-3 split. And that's exactly the case here. Their biggest problem is clearing out top banana. And if they were hoping to hold on to this util to execute in towards the site, oh, there might be other problems here.
Yeah, they're trying to pull a fast one here.
That's a fake smoke.
And Perfecto meets his demise. Cadian unable to build upon it, chips away at NPL, but the advantage still maintained. With 25 and only 2 alive, it's up to Bit and NPL. Side by side. Everything to play for, no reason not to. Still though, 2 clicks required. Flash forces him down, info flows, and there's Tessus. Good for the first, and Stown will close 9-6. This semi-final's only just begun. half ended with Heroic finding their ninth. This was Electronic's nightmare as he found himself trapped in a perfect Molotov. Well, that's Shush. He's definitely done his trigonometry. He's got the Pythagoras theorem. It was a perfect way to find an opening. And how are those openings, Chad? We were keeping tabs.
Yeah, still 100% an opening kill to round conversion, which is wild. That's an anomaly within itself. I got some wild stats that our stats guy Ezio has been digging up here, but let's save that for an eco. Let's get back underway here with the second half, the pistol round. And Simple with a damn good spawn for an aggressive pick over towards A here.
We're back underway. Inferno, map 1 of the semi-finals, all to play for. Legacy on the line. I was enjoying that.
Yeah, it was kind of banging. We need a bit more metal in Counter-Strike, I think.
Closest I'll come to being a front man. Well, at the front is Stown. Flash through and no one home. Perfecto just on the jiggle. Not an easy shot to hit, but more common than not.
I don't really envy Perfecto here at all. He's defending the B bomb site with no utility and no armor. He is literally just a ward here that's been placed in the river. I don't know how scary you can really be. He can't brave a fight. He just needs to try and seem like he's more than one player. Well, they're executing in, and I think there'll be follow-through.
Yeah, now there is. Follow-through straight to the skull of Perfecto.
Banana here. It's on Yabi.
Yabi's got a whole lot of trouble his way, and the P250 sings for the first.
Oh, the bomb's down!
That's the bomb!
They can smoke it off. They've got util. They can lock them to top Banana.
Massive flip up. This is the
quick move.
From behind. That's Electronic catching flag, but now the jig is up. 30 seconds now, the state of play has changed. We know Cadian was behind. Could be coming T-stairs on a timing. Could be where he resides, in that chicken pit. SS and Stown, retrieval mission. It's not a fight they want to take. Oh, but Stown obliges, and NPL again with the impact. He's continuing on these pistols too from him.
He's pinned.
Boxed in. Tessus gets that bomb. Distraction sufficient from Cadian. Now he can continue to go around the world or contain as that comes Electronic. A good one from the leader. It's NPL though, who is not done. A triple already from the young gun.
He can get the kit here. He's got the kit. He's got armor and a P250. Everything he needs in this one-on-one. We saw him clutch yesterday. Can he do it again today?
It would be his first in the 1v1 for Tessus. And now NPL locking horns. Process of elimination. It's hard. He doesn't know. Looking CT. One click is all it takes. Tessus playing games with the back turned. He executes him. Denial of a very hard-fought round from NPL. The loss of the bomb threw Heroic into a tailspin, but recovered.
Well, that was a crazy round, and that's Heroic right there. That decision-making from Cadian, as soon as it was identified, they were all coming through Banana here. I think even before, he was already making his way around the world. Yeah, you could see him there as the camera panned. He was already flanking top mid. That was such quick decision-making. The fact that they take that risk is insane, and yeah, Tessa's playing with his food right there, but we'll keep it at 100% as far as those openers to round conversions go. We will be seeing an eco from NaVi here, but I want to equip you with a couple of little stats here. Heroic on the T side in this event so far. They played Inferno three times, right? Of those 31 T side rounds in Inferno, they've won 25 of them.
Jeez.
They've managed 18 openers in those 31 rounds of play. So they really have found a proficiency here on Inferno.
I will remind you, this is NaVi's pick. You'll have to watch as the 11th round does translate.
Well, the rabbit hole goes deeper here, Alex. They won 9 out of 13 rounds where they lost the opener on the T side. That's almost a 70% conversion rate in 4v5s on the T side of Inferno here. Now, we do know this map is trending in the T variety, but that is crazy. That is insane.
That's unheard of, unspeakable. 70% of the time, when you lose the opening fight, you're converting.
Yeah, look, it's only over 3 maps. In this matchup, we know it's on the mental side of things here. We already have the anomaly of the 100% opening kill to round conversion, and it's going to stay this way. Bit removed, all 5 staying alive, and a very solid round here for Heroic. This boogeyman you spoke of,
yeah.
I think you might still be dreaming right here. This is looking fantastic. We know we're going to see the rifles come out, the buy for NaVi possible.
I'm sure lots of people would love to go one-on-one in the ring with their sleep paralysis demon. Well, Heroic have it right here in front of them today. Lucid dreaming in Katowice, live from the Spodek.
Just had a little bit of a technical timeout called here, so a bit of a breather for everybody. But it's great to see the Spodek starting to fill out this Saturday afternoon.
Damn, it is stacked in here. NaVi definitely seem to have besotted the crowd. I've heard Heroic fans. Maybe we will do another litmus test. Are you cheering for NaVi? Well, that's about 50%. Right down the middle, maybe. Let me hear you for Heroic. Oh, my. Oh, my. Yeah, right down the middle. Love to see it. We love an impartial crowd cheering for the counter, and well, the counter continues. 11-6 the scoreline, and NaVi have made a decision.
Oh, yeah, look, obviously it's the bye, but we knew there were going to be some dramas in that department. MP9 and auto shotty for Simple here. A couple of Famouses in for the mix, and the standard foray of utility and banana here as the rally continues. From half to half, it's a consistent feature. So many bodies in this banana control from Heroic. This shows intent.
That it does. T-Smoke, front of sight. Electronic overwatching.
Calling the bluff here. They haven't dropped anything defensive until now. A gap on this, and is it intentional? That's the question. Perfecto wouldn't have been able to see his exact lineup here. So I have to know there is a bit of a chance that they have left a gap, but worming into it. They're going to explode here.
Back up.
Just Electronic.
He's alone. The time. It could be punished if only Electronic goes down, but look how stubborn he is as he peeks on the flash. How does he get two there? Impossible. Perfecto pushes, still good for the one. Advantage NaVi. The bomb to be planted. Yabi cannot go down. NPL meets his fate at the hands of Yabi. A second, ridiculous. Up to 16.
And now it's the auto shotty of Simple here to make this one happen. He's looking for an upgrade. He's looking for a 1-on-2.
That is not the weapon he would desire for a round like this. But a master of his craft can make any weapon work. Tessa's jiggle, damage inflicted. Damn! Simple chips both of them down low.
The auto shotty may have worked right there.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I think he was hoping some guns would drop mouth of banana, but not the case. All those fights happened over towards pool, and guess what? They lost that opening pick. Electronic got the 2 opening kills here on this exchange, and Heroic still picked this one up. Yabi showing some of that T-side form, but Galil on point. This was a massive play again. These teams knowing just to stifle these rotations. Yabi just pushing forward, taking the fight, getting 2 huge kills, secures the round for Heroic, and they are just 4 away from map number 1 here.
Yeah, Cadian always preaching this philosophy of initiative. He wants his players to be able to take it, call it when they see it. 5 players, perception stronger than 1. Simple, woof, stronger than most. On the scout, down after 1, but that's immediate from Bit, from the pit. NPL summoned as well. Heroic, this would throw them off kilter. Around NaVi had no right to.
It's a lot of pressure here, something that unlikely to investigate too far. Bit needs to be careful in this pit position. It is a power play from him, but they're creeping forward. They're taking the fight.
Oh, weapon upgrades as well. Backs are turned. Heroic rarely
Not ready.
Caught off like this. It's perfect. Messing around. Electronic shatters them. A reminder of the mechanical brilliance we have in the server. Shush, woof, the same. Quick to the head of Bit, and straight down on the strafe to Pit.
Huge rounds here. And NaVi got away with one of those in the first half. Remember round number 2?
Yeah.
Remember the Deagle and a couple of P250s? Well, this time, Heroic, they run into the fight on A, and Simple Scout draws first blood. Bit's Deagle from Pit, fantastic as well. And I didn't think they were going to re-aggress. Once Cadian through the front side smoke, you have to be very brave to go for this push. I think Bit on the bike saw nobody was porch side, and they knew that they had to take that risk. So the in-game leader, the hand of the king, comes up clutch. Big kills for him when they were, well, really in a rougher position on the buy. But into the buy wars, we've got Heroic, who's down on only a Deagle. There is an ult for Cadian, and they're fast again. Or at least they wanted to be. This faster move applies so much more pressure towards the top of this A site, and you can see on the radar, top left of the screen, the passive stance that NaVi now have. They're in the dark. No info banana, and very little info. Hey, we've lost top mid already. At this point, Heroic actually have everything they need on the map and more, and this is very classic here from Heroic, coming back to spawn to see any Easter eggs they left behind. They have more than enough for a pretty potent execute over towards this B bomb site, but you have to look at Perfecto. He's still got to stop util of his own. A smoke, a molly, electronic as well with one smoke left over. If they do try and send into this, the follow through from Heroic, they have to go with their util. They have to attempt to attack this site.
Yeah, NaVi's still flying blind. Now the confirmation of presence. Looking for blood. It's electronic, stubborn. Perfecto, good for the defensive frag as well.
We'll take that bomb every day of the week. Look how deep it is.
Electronic just needs to delay now. The rotator's coming through, but Stown does manage to find the frag. No rush to plant, but Cadian's working on it. A boost perhaps could catch him off guard if he tries to leave. Spray. Frag! How does he hit that? Just peeking into the spray. It's up to Bit and Simple now. Oof! Stown peeks into Simple, and every time Heroic just take these fights. And off the back of that NaVi round with scouts and Deegs with rifles, they falter.
And they had everything they needed and more. That B defense was great. The util was on point. They traded it in their favor there, but Electronic towards the back of the site gets pinned. And speaking of pin, Yabi right now, he might have Bit exactly where he wants him. Yabi fantastic, carrying that group stage form, 17 frags to his name, and he's going to take this. Going to peer over the wall, bomb goes off, and so does the gun. Yabi removes everything from play. NaVi in trouble now. This kid, right, he brought into this team. NaVi, Heroic wanted an upgrade. They wanted to bring in some fresh blood. They wanted to bring in a player from the Copenhagen Flames, and Yabi, we know he can be sharp, but he's had to find himself in these new positions, these new plays, the decision-making, something that comes with time. Well, time apparently his best friend, because this event, he has been looking phenomenal. This is the last timeout burnt from NaVi now. The conversation for Blade, the final chance he will have to give them a breather. But we're deep right now. 13-7 is the score, and I don't envy NaVi's task here. The conversation in the buy department, not fantastic. There's no hero AWP available unless MPO wants to drop it and go into the round with absolutely nothing. That would be one way to be initiated into NaVi.
Some economical hazing.
All right, well, they found success with rounds like this, and there are some hefty nades in here, so the chip damage is going to be key. There's a missed flash in mid right there, just hit the corner of the wall, but no AWP to worry about, so definitely not the end of the world here.
Electronic's waiting for a cue, and that'll do. No one home for early nade damage, and, well, as I say, that's down. Chipped on down.
This is all going to come down to the gamble of NaVi's stack. Going to get no information off the back of that other than sector clear, but you don't really know what line's on the other side of that half wall. And look at this little nest egg for Perfecto. Looks like he will leave it with Electronic after all. So he's got a couple of smokes here to try and hold them at bay if they do want to hit this B bomb site. And as I mentioned, the gamble for NaVi is going to be important here. So 4 strong on A right now.
Another smoke, a nade hits Simple. The impact hurt. They know one was in that corner, and on the retreat, just a little late to the spray. Simple gets away and will re-smoke. So all of those smokes have now been used.
This will be an A hit. Look at them coming up porch side.
Flashes in from every angle. Crossfire's established. First blood imperative. It's Tessus and Shush into the site. One back from Perfecto, but the site now theirs, as is the plant. The 14th round looms here in Katowice. On NaVi's pick, no less.
As we'll give this one a go here.
Yeah, you got nothing to lose, everything to gain.
Just looking for damage here. Electronic even went all the way to T-spawn to pick up a couple of loose nades. You can see him just chilling out, listening to the radio here. So yeah, they're not actually going to give this one a look in. The armor can be saved. It will make the buy a little bit easier in that next round, sure. Thought these two on this stage would have considered themselves a bit of a crack at a round like this, but no, not to be the case. Denying weapons, doing some housekeeping. Heroic looking good.
And so, the gap grows. NaVi with a single round to boast for this defense.
Slow starters, right? Same conversation to be had over there on the T half, and now on the CT side struggling as well. Lost one of our friends here. But he will be back in the next round of play, actually.
That's the beauty of it, yeah. I wish my friends could respawn.
Okay, well, NaVi So the do or die, a little bit of a block coming in towards Library right there from Bit and Simple. Now, Simple does have out the AWP. Will this be the difference maker here?
I'm not so sure. NaVi, typically when cornered, went against the ropes. We'll find another level.
There's two coming.
Simple, easy connection. Yabi meets resistance early.
They're going to hit this site. They're going to surge forward on this. They're going to expect Simple to rotate around.
Instead, he's posted, expecting a follow-up. In the support, you can see a perfect angle from Bit. He's done his parkour just on the tippy toes, on the edge of Balk. Simple just taking passing glances towards the long position. MPL now in position.
Cadian just wants to post up and hope they come looking for some info here, just locking down this long side. And now they can creep forward and completely clear out top mid. Now they have to be slightly worried about a banana push, but with the number advantage, it would be unexpected of NaVi to do that. He's down flashing Shush forward here to clear out close. Broom, clear. Logs the same. And now NaVi have to worry about both sides of the map again. Sure, they have the number advantage here, but they are in the black box, the darkness. An execute could come to either side, and they will have the number disadvantage in that case unless they gamble.
But then it comes to execution. Shush might be the pointy end here off of the flash. Bit's been waiting for this. Simple in support as well. NaVi to rejig. Bit full flash. Shush, he's got right in front of him, and the multi-kill will come through from the defense. Everyone contributes. All three good for the duel. The blue wall erected, and a second round found.
All right, well handled it, and it was the AWP as a difference maker there to find that opening pick. Even the double up from Simple here. So where's he going to take it next? That conversation will be a big one here for the Heroic camp. We've got a couple of choices. Hey, let's make a fast move. Let's try and identify where this AWP is and then react on top of that information. But with Cadian with an AWP of his own, it might not be the play. It might be allow your in-game leader to be set up, looking for some frags. You can see, understood there was no way in, didn't want to give away everything. A couple of MAC-10s in play here. One for Shush, one for Tessus, but there's head armor aplenty on the other side of the server. It is just electronic. It could be felled by the pesky SMGs.
Yeah, and if anyone plies them better than most, it would be Heroic. Coordination. A premium sound down to 59.
And so with the smoke. So using one there to extinguish to try and keep Stound alive to hold on to some of this banana control is going to lighten up the executes late here. And back and forth they go. Another bucket of utility available here so they can continue to hold them at bay. But do they want to press them back, or are they happy to defend from the side? We saw what happened last time. Electronic and Perfecto tried to play passive. They were overrun. The trades, decent, but Heroic still stole away the round thanks to Yabi's aggression, who now up to 18 frags, sitting top of the server alongside Tessus.
Senderi pulled out. There is still a smoke that can be thrown on top of that. Electronic obliges. A gap on the left side. Shush investigates. You can see that. Work with that. Electronic and Perfecto. Will they get overwhelmed? The flash is so perfect. The team flash, but Perfecto with two, and Shush with a round close. Simple on the rotate. Gave it a good go. Gave it a valiant attempt.
And you have to save on 15. Heroic have done it. Take a map point here. This is huge stuff. And again, it was just a B execute, that conversation of is defending passively from the site enough here? Will Heroic just trade their way in? And again, they just surge forward and stifle these rotations. Simple going to be kicking himself. That tree position caught off guard. Everybody now using that as an avenue. Because if you're going to get executed on the B site, you want to make sure you have both players in the site, which means, hey, that rotation point, it's far away.
It's definitely becoming more and more popular, and for very clear reasons. Heroic just completely undaunted, it seems, by NaVi's setups. I mean, I'm sure they watched a lot of tape, expecting to see this map picked by their adversary, and right now they are thriving. NaVi, 2 rounds to boast in their pick here in the semifinals. The team that has attended the most in the Spodek of all organizations, against the very team that struggles to beat them.
A bit of frustration there on Perfecto's face, and we spoke about the AWP before for Simple. No money to make this one possible right now. This is one way to shrug off NaVi. Keeping them to single digits would be huge here. They haven't really caused you too many problems. you watch the demo back, you'll see the light buy rounds that you lost. You'll know how you can fix that for next time, and you still walk away with what could be a 16-8. This one is going to feel real good.
Just the uncertainty crafted by this T side. You can see side by side, T and CT on the app side.
Must be so tempting just to go for another B execute here. Go them the uppercut, that we can get away with this whenever the hell we want, and even to get 16. And well, because of that, NaVi know they're on high alert. They have to cheat MPO over towards that B bomb site. It's not strong enough with only 2.
And that's exactly what I think Heroic are trying to exploit. NaVi has not been announced. 2 superstars to defend for NaVi. Simple needs a multi-kill right now, and he's got the first. Simple doing damage, a double with the bomb now loose. Bit alone, rotate through, Bit may have to do more. As Cadian catches Electronic, very lackadaisical around that banana push. 25 and counting. Uncertainty growing. Down with a clear. That's the bomb. Bit stabilizes, doesn't get the frag. It's Cadian, good for it. And the bomb now down. Perfecto forced to clutch to extend play. Known for his abilities in dire situations, and it's Cadian. Locks it in immediately. 16-8.
Job's not done. Job's not done for Heroic just yet. That's going to feel good. That's going to bring some smirks, but not smiles yet. One more map here to lock themselves in for the grand final.